We are amazing because our passion is limitless and our drive is intense. Therefore, you will not deny our grind. You are now listening to the Faith, Grind, and Inspire podcast.
Welcome back to another great episode of Faith, Grind, Inspire. I am your host, Gene Alert. Alert. Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. They said I had a beautiful voice,
it's
right?
household,
For the name. The name for the
You
news.
have a broadcast name.
Your name
Broadcast name, right?
Gene Alert.
Gene Alert.
I need to hear that more often.
Yeah, man. Well, hopefully I become a household name, right?
You will be.
So today we have two special guests, right? We have Kayla and we have Chisa.
Yes, sir.
From PeduL.
Yes, sir.
So let me tell you the backstory. So I was on Instagram.
Amazing.
And I was on the Explore page.
Wow.
And so I clicked on hashtag This Is America something. I forgot which hashtag I clicked on, but I clicked on a hashtag and I saw Chisa in front of a college, and it was like the This Is America song, right?
I cannot believe this is how you
So
this.
So I click on it, and you guys were, and at first it was just, I was like, is this like is it just him? And then all of a sudden I saw everybody involved. So I went and I did some more exploring, and I went onto the YouTube page and I saw the whole video. And I was like, yo, I got to reach out to him, man. So I went on Instagram and I DM'd you.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
And so social works, man.
I mean, I feel like this is the epitome of faith. Because let's just talk about that video as Faith, Grind, and Inspire.
Yeah, let's talk about the
For
video.
real, though.
How did that happen, man? Like, tell me the story.
Kayla Jackson's a genius. So that's how that happened.
Nice.
Because that was your idea, remember?
I don't. We were just talking.
Bro, don't let this girl be humble here. She texted me one night and she's like, yo, think about it. This is America, but loans. And then I was like, this girl's a genius. And I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, sir. But
Do it.
we were there. We put it together. We got it.
And then, like, we got our team together, kind of got a meeting, and we're like, what if we do this, this, this?
Yeah.
Got our boy that makes videos. I was like, yo, let me record in the studio right quick. Going down to the stew. And then, we wrote together, me and Kennedy Hart, King Kennedy Hart. That's at King Kennedy Hart. Got
a shout out to the boy.
We just went to his basement, we wrote it up, and then we recorded it that night. And then I was like, Kayla, what do you think about this?
In one day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
There was a lot going on this time, so it had to be one day.
Yes. And we had to play off of the kind of that magic and hype that was going on around the This Is America video, because everybody was doing spoofs and like all types of, comedy videos. But we were like, nah, let's make this serious. Like, let's address a real problem using this content.
And this video almost didn't come out because we felt like we were already too late.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's that faith. We were like, all right, let's just grind and do it. And then our camera guy, I don't even want to shout out, he quit the day before.
Oh.
But it just so happened my brother was flying up from Louisiana that day.
Okay.
And so he was like, I'll bring my camera and I'll just film it for y'all and edit it up.
And he's a whole professional videographer, so that's faith and grind right there together.
See?
That thing was so close to not happening.
Yeah.
And then we were filming like on a Wednesday, and everyone had to go somewhere. That wasn't where we needed them to be, so we had like no extras. We found people like on campus, so
on campus, can you just
sit
do
in? Like,
yeah. I think I know who those people were.
yeah.
Put together the choreography the night before.
Oh, that choreography was the day before.
Really? Yes.
100%.
Oh,
and that video, obviously, like anytime you put anything out, you put work into something, you want it to just blow up. And like I think that video maxed out thus far, right? It maxed out like 7,000 views. Like 8K on Facebook, like 2-3K on YouTube, and we were like, all right, it was a dub, but we had fun.
No, but you know what? This Is America, like with the student loans, right? That's really a serious issue. You see what I'm saying? Like, because there's colleges, there's jobs now, like major corporations, like Fortune 500 companies now that are not requiring a college degree now.
Completely.
To work.
Yeah.
So does that mean this whole thing was like a scam? Like, you know what I mean? But there's some careers that you need a degree, right? But why pay $300,000? Like I have friends who went to law school that aren't lawyers but still have to pay all that money. That owe $124,000. They're still renting, or they're still living at their parents' house because they have to pay the student loans back.
100%.
You know what I mean?
We are the generation that is not we don't have the ability of participating in some of the most basic economic activities that our parents and their parents participated in. And, you know, it's just, it's sad. To think about.
I mean, student loan debt is as American as apple pie. It is as American as a cheeseburger, as French fries, and McDonald's. And the issues that we're dealing with now are definitely a consequence of the probably the benefits of the generation that came before us. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
And so it's our job to maneuver through this. I think that the reason we even see a rise in entrepreneurship is because our generation came up in a time of the recession. Just this time when these major institutions that were supposed to be all high and mighty just consistently failed us. And we just got a concept and a mindset of, hey, if we don't fend for ourselves, no one will.
Thank you.
And that's how we got to the point we are now. And I'm grateful for that. It's almost like, I hate to take it there, right? It's almost like Trump when he's like, make America great again. It's like, obviously, this man's terrible, but wow, we've never been this politically active. People have never cared this much.
You're right.
And like, it's going to be great for the next generation. But it definitely feels like hell right now.
This is like civil rights all over again.
Wow, yeah.
Wow, that was powerful.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, because even when I was in high school, I had this vision of being an entrepreneur. When I was growing up, right? When you said entrepreneur, that just meant you were unemployed.
Dang.
That's how they looked at entrepreneurs.
Jeez.
Wow.
No, for real. It was just like, oh, okay, that's cute. When you getting a job, though?
Wow.
When you tell your friends, oh, yeah, my job, my career is just commission only. They're like, wait, so you don't get a paycheck every 2 weeks? No, I get a paycheck when I close the deal. They like,
I think commission is like the funniest thing because if you tell them a commission, they're like, oh no, but almost literally every company runs off a commission.
100%.
We keep it real. Like,
100%.
Every company. And here's the thing. I do this activity with my students, right?
Yeah.
And I tell them, Apple, and this is just a makeup. So I said, Apple is going to pay you guys at 16 years old right now. And they're going to give you $25 an hour to sit in the Apple store and sell their products. You have to work 40 hours a week. Which one are you going to, and then that's option A.
Yeah.
Option B, they say, we're giving you $0 per hour, but we're giving you 10% of everything you sell in the Apple store for 40 hours. So you have to work the same amount of time. Which one would you pick? A lot of the kids go, what? I'm getting the $1,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then when I do the numbers, so I break down the thing. I'm
They're
like,
not realizing that iPhone's about $1,000.
So I'm like, exactly. So I'm like, what is this? They're like, iPhone X Max. I said, how many gigs? 512. How much is
info.
this?
Yeah, way too much info.
Oh, they know all this. They know all this stuff just by looking at the phone. So I was like, all right, so how much is this phone? $1,500. Okay. 10% of that is how much? $150. Okay. You sold 10 of them. Just by selling 10 of them for the 40 hours, you made $500 more than the other guy.
100%.
Wow.
Just with the phone. I said, then, okay, let's talk about the iPad.
This is a powerful first lesson. This is like the first day?
First day.
That's powerful.
Then I'm like,
change their life up.
Yeah, because I want you to understand that, yes, commission is hard, but if you're consistent at it, you have 40 hours. Your job, your main job is to sell. People are coming in there to buy. All you have to do, they're gonna buy it anyway. Christmas time, I was like, and then I did the comparison. I said, you know what? There's gonna be months where you sell nothing. There's gonna be good months. There's gonna be bad months. But over time, you'll make way more than that other person.
100%.
100%.
And that goes right back down to the very, very basic, which is, am I going to work for myself and work towards my dream? Or am I going to work my ass off for somebody else's dream, right? To build someone else's dream up. So,
Bree, what's in our office, right? At ACA, we have this not poster, it's like a canvas painting thing. And it says, an entrepreneur is a person that will work 80 hours for themselves rather than work 40 hours for someone else.
100%.
You know what I mean?
We gave up the 9 to 5 to work 5 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah, for real. Sometimes 12
Tell me about
a.m.
it. Tell me about
I got
it.
a 5 to 9, sir.
Tell me, yeah, right? That's why I consult entrepreneurs. That's why I have the podcast talking to entrepreneurs. And then I go home and I talk about entrepreneurship to my wife all night. She's super annoyed. You know what I mean? And then I go back and do it again. You know what I'm saying? I just love this thing. I just love the fact that I love America in the respect of you have the ability to make as much money and build as much wealth as you can, right? And there's some hurdles,
Of course.
but I don't I come from Haiti. I was born in Haiti, came to this country, didn't speak English, right?
Wow.
But my mom taught me yo, America has opportunity and you have to take it. And it doesn't matter if the person looks just like you, they're different. They have an advantage over you. They were born here.
Ooh.
Their parents were born here. They had you're 2 steps behind them. So you have to catch up. So you have to work harder. So you have to walk in the snow. You better walk in the snow. When I first started real estate, just to give you a little back end, when I first started real estate, I was walking door to door in one suit that my parents bought me for graduation. That was all I had.
Wow.
I had one suit. I had a suit that I wore for graduation, and I had 2 suits, one for prom, one for graduation.
Wow.
The one for prom I wore on closing days until my first closing, but I pretty much wore slacks, khakis, my suit, and I would walk around door to door trying to get people to talk to me.
But that's the problem. I think that
They don't want to do it no more.
we have is that it's a discipline and responsibility issue. I mean, that kind of goes right back down to even our issue with the education system and how we were literally trained to be productive on an assembly line. We're not trained to be productive in career, in dream, with skills that we can equip just to be productive in our own lives, to go ahead and chase our own careers and our own dreams. And unfortunately, we're just not bred to be responsible and to be disciplined to do the work that we do every day. I mean, even me and Chisa, we find ourselves some days not doing what we should be doing, and we're just yo, is this a hobby or is this a career? You know what I'm saying? But then we realize that we have done a lot more than what a lot of other people would do to get to this point that we're at now.
Absolutely.
And that's something in the fabric of your soul. That's not something that can be taught.
So it's very true. Very true. And this is why I go into the schools, because a lot of times these kids, when I say what's an entrepreneur, they don't know. But the teachers are like, oh, we need guidelines. We need this. I'm like, no.
That's not how it works.
It's in them already. Watch this.
Oh.
And then I say, start your own company. What kind of company would you start? Oh, and then their ideas start flowing. By the 3rd week, not even by the end, by the 3rd week, all the teachers are like, wow, I didn't know. I'm like, yes.
About your own students. I've known for a year.
Yes, because they're training them for Common Core, for a test. For a test. They're training them for a test. They're training them to be workers.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I appreciate you guys, I don't mind if people are getting 9 to 5s and doing their side business on the side. Get your money however you need to get your money. Healthcare is very important. There's a bunch of things that are very important, right? But at the same time, if you're losing yourself, right? I can't get a 9 to 5. I can't. It's impossible at this point. I could become a consultant for someone, but for me to clock in, clock out, tell me when I can eat lunch, tell me when I can't eat lunch, that's not happening.
Yeah.
When you want vacation, no, I'm going on vacation with my family April, in February, in March, in April, in June, in August, December for 2 weeks. So what? You know what I mean? And so you can't do that on a regular. No. I'm like, yo, I need you. I called one of my friends for lunch one day, and I was like, yo, I'm in the city. Come through. Let's have lunch. Oh no, I can't, man. I already took my lunch break. I was like, damn, son. Really? I'm like, wow, that sucks, man. That sucks. You can't just go outside. You can't.
That sucks. You're like, I can't even relate to you, sir.
I can't relate to you, man.
I can't relate to you, sir.
Like, you
Text me
can't-
tomorrow.
You can't eat. You can't come out.
You can't eat.
Yeah, because he took a lunch break to do something else, but he didn't eat. So I was like, yo, come with me. I'm in the city now. Let's go eat. Just tell him you're leaving. Yo, let me tell you. I had a out of college, right? Because all my friends were like, 9 to 5, you gotta get a job. So I went to Citibank as a financial analyst. Because I wasn't used to structure, the bank opened at 9. I would show up at 8:58. I didn't know I had to be there at like 8:30, and then during lunchtime, right? Because they didn't really they recruited me, so it wasn't like there was an application, there wasn't like any process for me. So they were like, "Yo, this dude's making money. He knows how to talk. We need him in the branch." So they just brought me in straight on the floor, and which was probably their mistake. But it's all good. But what ended up happening is there was no structured lunchtime.
Yeah.
So I just left when I went. 2-hour lunch. I was talking to people in the mall, talking to people trying to bring accounts back to the branch, and coming back a week later. My branch manager said to me, "We have to have a talk." And I was like, "What happened?" They were like, "There's a couple issues." And I said, "Okay, what's the issues? Tell me." One, you're taking unscheduled lunch breaks. Like, you have to talk to the other people so that it's timed, because someone always has to be here. And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." So when you take 2-hour lunch breaks, that means someone else has to wait 2 hours for them to go on their lunch break. So, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. I respect that. Makes sense." And then the second part is that you come in right before we open. And I was like, "Yeah, isn't that...
We're not open yet.
We're not open yet." Yeah. And so you're like, "No, you're the supervisor of the tellers. So you have to open up before them. You have to be here at 8:30 so that you could open and help them open up the registers and do all that stuff first." But I said, since when I was a supervisor? Like, when the hell did I get promotion to be a
So I
supervisor?
better be getting that supervisor money.
Yeah. No, I was though. But I thought it was normal.
Yeah.
Like, yo, man, I was there for like a couple months, man. Like, I couldn't take it. They wrote me up because there was a client.
Getting written up.
Yeah, listen to why.
Is this
Sound like high school.
Yeah, listen to this. I got written up, pink slip, because there was a application, a home equity loan application, right?
Yeah.
And I saw the name, and I was like, "Yo, this is my lawyer in my banking industry, like the mortgage business that I was in." And I was like, "I know this lawyer." So I said, "I'm gonna just, during my lunch break, go pick up the application so he could close the deal, so we could close the deal for the branch." When I got back, I gave the paperwork, handed it in. I was like, "Yo, see, closing deals." They're like, "Where'd you get this?" And I was like, "I went to pick it up." "When?" I said, "During my lunch break." I came back within the hour. And they were like, "No, we have to write you up."
What?
And I was
Because
like,
you worked during...
"Why?" Here's why. And this is the mindset of employees and employers.
Oh boy.
Listen how crazy this is. They said, if and I understand, because now I employ people, so I get it. If you're working during your free time and you get hurt, so if I was driving and I got into a car accident, I got hurt, I could technically sue Citibank. And I was like, "Yo, who thinks like that?" And because
There really are scammers out here, though.
there are scammers out there. Yeah, no, trust me.
We've seen Fire Festival.
Yes.
Firefest.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast. But anyway, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm all talking about city and the crazy stuff. So let's talk about you guys, man. So let's talk about
these guys?
Let's talk about PeduL. Right?
All right.
So tell us what it is. Like, what kind of business is that?
No, for sure. So PeduL, what we've been doing for the last year is we were a crowdfunding platform for students to raise money for college, trade school, code academy, etc. So we had students from all over the world coming to our platform and raising money. Our most successful student's actually from Haiti.
Oh, nice.
Right? He raised 17,000. Right. What we're getting ready to debut is actually what we're really excited about. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's our common application for scholarships. So, yeah. So the more we talk to students, the more we realize that crowdfunding almost always assumes that you have access to a network with capital. And obviously that's not everybody's reality. Like, you know, we probably all can't hit up an uncle for $100 donation towards our, you know, blank campaign, right? So we had to really pivot and get creative about how we were going to provide these extra resources to students. And then we were like, well, we don't want to just give them financial resources. We also want to provide like career development opportunities, because at the end of the day, what is college? It's bridging that gap between college and career. Right?
What is college supposed to be?
Or what is it supposed to be, right? Yeah. Good. That was a good disclaimer. So that's how we came out with the common application for scholarships. So now we partner with scholarship providers like corporations or anybody who wants to build a scholarship online. And they can essentially opt in to say, hey, out of these 10 essay questions, I will accept any of them as a prompt. Maybe I'll add in a supplemental question for the student. But it's making it easier for students to apply to scholarships, and then we make our money on that end. So
students can do one long application, apply 2,000 scholarships at one time. It's kind of like a scholarship marketplace, right?
Yeah.
You can either create and we can go there and receive.
But don't think you're going to go buy you a little house or a car, because we send all the money directly to the institution.
School.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And like you said, right, a lot of places don't really ask for strictly a college degree anymore, right?
Exactly.
Which is why we really had to expand out what we were doing to trade schools, for the welders, for the plumbers, for the technicians, and then going right back to code academies and things like that as well, because those are it's about getting educated. It's about getting at the end of the day, it's about getting educated. And so you asked PeduL earlier off air, you asked why is it called PeduL? So it's PEDUL, right?
Got it.
And we say EDU because education is at the center of everything we do. And
it bridges the gap between P, purpose, and L, life.
Right, so
I
that's
love
PeduL.
it. That's a dope.
Well, you're dope, Gene Alert.
Gene Alert.
You're pretty dope.
Yo,
Gene Alert says you dope, you dope.
when you got the millennials saying that, I call you guys millennials.
What are you?
I
You
guess I'm
gotta be,
millennial,
bro.
but I'm like,
Wait, when were you born? When were you born, though?
81. So it was
you're
like,
not. You're
I'm not.
You're
Wait,
not.
what?
Millennial starts 87.
87?
No.
It does.
85.
It does.
I
I
wanna say
just
85.
found it. I just found
The
it.
90s?
87 to 95. No, 87 to 95 is millennial. I'm the
Really?
tail end, and my brother was born in 87, so he was the beginning. He doesn't think he's a millennial, but he is. And then I'm
Yo,
95.
so what does he think he is?
He just think he an old head. He's like, I'm an OG. Like,
I'm an OG, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm an OG too.
I don't even know what 81 is.
I don't know what that is either.
Gen the X out.
They honestly be going baby boomer and then millennial. So anything in between,
It's lost.
Yeah, right. It's lost.
the lost generation.
The lost generation, man. Shout out to us, man. All the 80, 81 babies,
80s
82,
babies.
80 babies. Like yo, man, we saw hip hop. We saw cell phones.
Yeah, you did.
Yo, let me tell you, I remember.
Y'all seen some things.
Yo, we seen some things.
Fax
I remember going into the classroom, Miss Perry's classroom, and there was a computer, and it was like we had to open it up, and Microsoft Word popped up, and Excel popped up, and like they had to teach us how to use the internet.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And this was in. I mean, this is 1990.
87 probably.
87?
6 years old. He's 6 years. He said he's born in 81.
Yo, you
Wait, what
funny.
you mean? They're not
6 years old.
Nah, bro. Yo, bro.
Hold on, why y'all looking at me crazy?
That had to be like 90.
Son,
Bro, you
this
know
was
where
90. This was like 96, 97, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I was in 10th grade.
Damn.
He said in the 80s, 87. Yeah, bro, I was like 6.
Dog, they giving kindergartners like laptops now.
Yeah, no, now they
You're right. No, you're right. You're right.
now they're walking around with tablets.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You get to kindergarten, you get an iPad.
No, for real.
No, actually, though.
for real. No, actually,
So like
for
I
real.
thought at least kindergarten there.
Nah,
you
bro.
gonna be
Yo, we were walking.
pulling up
Yo,
windows.
the crew was walking around with like in high school like beepers, like time ports.
Oh, that's
time
awesome.
ports were
Time
like
ports?
yeah, time ports was like
Bruh, you lost.
sidekicks.
You lost. Oh, sidekicks.
Sidekicks.
Yeah,
like
sidekicks.
T-Mobile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sidekicks.
Yeah,
That's
like
where
you
it's
flip
at.
it up, you
Ooh.
know.
Sidekicks. That
Yeah,
was,
those
that
are
was the phone.
the two-way pagers. That's what
dope.
those were. And so yeah, man. So that's what we saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think like you guys have so much stuff going on.
Oh, 100%.
And like
Access
is super easy. Like you see how I reached out to you?
Yeah. Oh, it's
like
beautiful.
that in my time
It's not gonna happen.
couldn't happen.
Yeah.
And even if the people were on there, they weren't checking that.
100%.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of times I mean, I guess people networked on MySpace and Black Planet, but it was all about hooking up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
everybody was just like, "What? Wait, I could contact her
100%.
on here?"
Bad.
Bet.
We are in the era of the untouchables have become the attainable.
Yo.
I mean, but it's interesting because it means that accessibility is at an all-time high, but the floor of entry is at an all-time low, right?
Absolutely.
Which creates the competition towards that accessibility. You know, it's a almost a catch-22 of
Yeah.
sorts.
It
you know?
is.
You got to have a way to get someone's attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when people like look at Shiggy, the Shiggy dance,
Oh yeah, Shiggy.
whatever.
Kiki.
Dance. Yeah.
You love me.
Yeah. So like,
you riding?
are you riding? My son sings that song.
Wow.
So he's 2.
Dang.
Oh, because I was about to say you
Yeah.
said change the diapers about like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
telling me that 2-year-old can't have an iPad?
Yo, he does have an iPad though, bro. Like he has an iPad with service.
Dang.
And he
That's
knows
so
how,
much.
he knows how to
much, Gene.
FaceTime.
He don't need to do all that.
That's what.
Yo, he knows how to FaceTime. He knows how to do all types of cool
People
stuff,
be giving you
man.
problems in kindergarten, bro.
Oh no.
Yo,
It's
Hacks
funny
is
when
a
other
report card
kids
in kindergarten.
come in the house or whatever, or he goes and sees kids, he's just like, where's your iPad? And they're looking at him like, what's an iPad? And they're like, yo, this? And and then the parents are like, get that away from my son. And so, but yeah, man, it's definitely like different now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I tell loan officers and I tell real estate people, I tell anybody in business, if you want to network with people, you don't have to go door to door handing out flyers. Spend a couple hours going DM to DM, DM to DM,
Straight up.
DM to DM. It's that easy. One of my businesses is ACA branding, right?
Yeah.
We find most of our leads on social media.
Amazing.
80% of it. You know what I mean? Like, and then we reach out to them and we create content for them directly. So it's not like a copy and paste. I don't do the copy and paste thing. So if I'm sending you, like, how many videos did I send you?
Oh, this man sent so many videos. This at least 6 to 7. I had to play him back. I was like, what did he say? Like, I'm taking notes while he.
You see? And that's because I want him to understand, like, yo, as busy as you think I am,
Yeah.
I want you to know that I'm going to take the time to send you a video. You know what I mean? So that
did appreciate
there's no like
Copy and paste. I send this to
copy and
everybody.
paste. I send this to everybody. It's a personal thing because I want that human connection. And even if I'm using technology, I am from that age of human interaction.
100%.
When people say, "Oh, can I call into the podcast?" Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Because I want to connect with you
That eye to eye.
eye to eye. Because this passion,
It would not be felt over.
it won't be felt over the phone.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be texting, sending emails, and I'm gonna be here by myself with Brianna, listening to you guys, and it's gonna be like it's whack. So anyway, during this journey, this past year, what have you learned? I'm interested because this is from a 19-year vet.
Oh man.
So I want to hear what you guys learned in this past year.
2018, man.
2018.
Shoot, man.
Like big, some big losses that you like, damn, how did we lose this? Or like anything that you've learned.
I think one of the biggest things that I've learned, man, there were so many things, bro.
Too many things.
You don't even know. But one of the biggest things that I've learned is that I'm not saying fake it till you make it, but believe in your potential, right? Because you have to kind of they won't hear you if you mumble, in a sense, right? You can't rumble if you mumble, right? And that doesn't mean don't be humble. I'm just saying.
He's a whole rapper.
I'm just saying, make sure you don't walk in and stumble. You hear me, Kayla? Okay. But I'm just saying, I'm playing. But real talk, it's just that sometimes you have to make noise if you want to be seen. And,
Yeah.
and if you don't make that noise, don't make that effort, then you can't complain that no one notices you. And a lot of times people will say, oh, it's almost like no one asked me to the dance, and you weren't putting the energy out there to be asked, or you weren't telling people like I'm going to the dance in a situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's some tip of the iceberg stuff that I learned last year.
For me, I mean, you hear this time and time again, but I think it rings true, and you don't know how impactful it is until something, kind of traumatic or tragic or disappointing happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like, what's your why? What's your purpose?
Mm-hmm.
I'll share with your viewers. I'll be totally transparent. I lost my mom.
Oh,
in
my
September.
condolences.
And thank you. And that was probably 2018 was the worst year of my life. My mom was a breast cancer, not survivor. She was a breast cancer patient, and she got diagnosed in 2017. And so all of 2018, my life was taking care of my mother. So I did, when I could, I did PeduL, and when I couldn't, I was working on her, and I became her primary caregiver. It got to a point where I couldn't work on PeduL, and I had to really trust in my team and trust in Chisa that, we built such a great team that was capable and competent of being able to run without me being there in the everyday. And I think that was hard for everybody on my team, especially Chisa, because I know that there were a lot of days and a lot of nights where he felt like, he couldn't do it without us, right? Because we're such a strength together.
Yeah.
And we feed off each other's energy. And I know when I'm down, he feels down, but he has to put on that face for the company. And so it's really like, what's your purpose? I found last year that I was doing a lot of stuff for PeduL for my mom.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to, walk in my why and try to figure out, faith and all, like, what am I doing this for?
Yo,
Respect.
And you know, so crazy. You just took me back to 2017 in my life.
You talked about that earlier.
My wife.
Yeah.
My wife lost her mom to cancer, and she got diagnosed in July, and she passed away in October.
Oh my gosh.
It was like this, and it hit us so hard because she was always the person that was healthy, the healthy one, eating, like telling me not to eat this. So I don't know what, I hate cancer, man.
Me too.
Fuck cancer, man.
True that.
So it's just like, so my condolences to you.
You too.
And but I applaud you, and I applaud you because that's a good partner. You know what I mean? Like, because there's times when you're going through stuff, right? If your partners can't ride with you, that's when you're not here. That's when you really see your partners.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, and it's in my case, when I wasn't present, my partners were like, "Oh, Gene's not here. I'm not here," and the business falls.
Yep.
And I'm like, "Yo, really? Nah, man, this is gonna change." You see what I'm saying? So, but I applaud you guys because as you guys sit here, I love the energy between you guys. Like, it's really great. And what you guys are doing for the kids is really amazing. I wish we could, like, we got to come back.
For sure.
We got to do.
The Common App ain't launching until later this year. So
let's come back when it launches. We'll come back.
Yeah.
No, this is Gene Alert. When Gene Alert says something, it happens. So if Gene Alert says we coming back, we coming back.
Coming back. No, you coming back.
This is
definitely
fam now,
gonna.
man.
Yeah, no, this is fam. So I definitely want to hear the Haitian story.
Oh my gosh.
goodness.
That is
So we're gonna save that. Is it a long one?
We gonna save that one.
We gonna save that one? All right, I want to hear it.
I gotta figure out how to tiptoe around that.
I'm saying.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about that.
Kayla, a quarter Haitian.
She's a quarter Haitian?
No. That is actually a fact.
I know. But she's Nigerian in spirit.
I am
Okay.
Nigerian in spirit.
Claimed.
You claimed it.
She got it in her blood.
So you took her away from the Haitians?
Man, look, it gotta be her.
But you know what? We're all African.
Amen.
Well,
So,
exactly.
that's
what
it.
it comes down to.
But anyway, so thank you guys for coming on to the
Thanks
show.
for
having us, brother.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you to all our podcast listeners. Thank you to the OG Podcast Network.
OG.
Thank you to our producers, Tim, Jamie, Brianna.
Brianna.
Yeah, I like this.
Oh, the hype team.
Yeah, you guys are the hype team. So follow us on Instagram. It's Faith Grind Inspire.
Faith
Tell a
Grind.
friend to tell a friend. Follow me, Mr. Alert, on Instagram and Twitter. Our podcast comes out every Wednesday, so thank you guys for tuning in every Wednesday for the past
best.
year.
Wow. Thank y'all for listening to this one.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're gonna make this big one because you guys are the millennials.
Hey.
I think the first millennials, right?
Wow.
Because since you said
Are we?
87,
93.
93.
95. I'm the
Yeah,
tail end.
they're the
94,
youngest
right?
people.
I'm the
93,
tail end.
94, 95. What up?
So
We're
thank
hearing
you
it.
guys.
Gang.